welcome. I'm Sherry Schreiner. It's Friday night. You're live with me tonight. Thanks for spending your night with me. Tonight I'm going solo. Tonight I'm not having a guest. Past several weeks, for the past month or so, I've had guests. And I've been getting a lot of listener feedback saying, we want to hear you talk, we want to hear you talk. So tonight it's just going to be me talking. You're going to get a whole hour of Sherry Schreiner talking. From the mailbag, and if you want to hear something, a question answered by me, on the air, send me a question, Sherry Schreiner at AOL.com, put mailbag in the subject heading. One of the listener, some of them feedbacks I've gotten, other than the fact that they don't hear me talk enough, is they wanted to know my thoughts on time travel regarding one of the interviews I had 2 weeks ago. I had a time traveler on here, and I really don't have, any. I can't say, this is real, this isn't. Obviously, the reason I had the whole deal on the time travel on the show is because there are alternate timelines out there. I've seen them in the codes, and when you talk to time travelers who have been there and actually seen these timelines, because in the codes, most of you know I'm a Bible decoder. I've been doing codes for about 3 years now. There's always different routes. There's always one event that's going to happen, and there's several ways that can get there. And trying to decipher the ways of getting there is the whole battle itself. You can read in the book of Revelation, the book of Daniel, all the prophets of the Bible who have told us how the end time events were going to be and what was going to happen. But as we sit here on the prophetic end, we want to know what's happening to make those things come to happen. So, it's when you get into the codes, you can see different routes to the same events coming, the rise of the Antichrist, the one world government, one world religion. And when you listen to time travelers, who've seen these things, they go into time and they see these events taking place. I thought it was just really interesting. You have to understand that even though I am a born-again Christian, all of my guests that come on this show, there's no requirements to be on my show. You don't have to be a Christian. I think I make it stand and very clear that I am. But I'm not going to, I don't have any requirements for guests to be on the show, and I'm not sitting here with a judgmental hammer over those who say they're Christians and then say something that offends somebody else. So, my show is information-based. I think it's more important to get information out right now than sit around with a judgmental hammer in my hand. So I'm not even going to go there. I'm not going to get there. I mean, I'm not going to announce in every show, well, this person is sometimes I will say this person is a born-again believer. If I don't say that, then there are more than times they're not. And I'm not going to offend them as guests on my show by pointing out that they don't love the same Lord that we do. My third interview with Zeph Daniel took place last week. It was a great interview. My third one was Zeph. I love Zeph. He's a great guy. We have a great time talking to each other. There's a lot of information that gets passed in these interviews between me and him. You can find it at his website at zephnet.com. If you click on the link on his left called Channel Z, you'll see that he's put all 3 interviews with me and him on the same link, so you can download it. The third one is first, then it goes into the second interview I had with him, then the first interview. And each interview is almost about 2 hours long. But they're full of information. I've always had a ton of positive feedback about those interviews. Another question from some of you Southern readers who don't like the way I pronounce NASA. Say it's NASA. So, I don't know. What do you think, Steve? Steve, are you there? If he's listening, I'll get his feedback. I know he's out in the Midwest.
What was your question again, Sherry?
Is it NASA or NASA?
You talking about the space agency?
What's that?
You talking about the space agency?
Yeah, the space one of the organization in Florida.
It's NASA.
NASA?
National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Yes.
Okay, because I can barely hear you. I can hear me fine. I'm stuck to myself over here.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, it's NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, ma'am.
Oh, see, that was going to be a trivia question. To have people come, that are complaining how I pronounce it, to send me what it stands for.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. These people, it's NASA, it's not NASA. And to me, they're all just Naziistic, and I see it in the Bible code. You'll see the term Nazi. So, anyway, okay, we'll stick with NASA. And also another thing I wanted to go over is the format of the show. I'm really struggling with this. I don't know if I want to guest every week or if I just want to talk every week, have call-in questions. Tonight we're going to have call-in questions. I'm going to give out the number, the call-in line, at about the halfway mark because I want to go over some information first. So if you have a question you want to ask me, I'll give out the number here. I know I've sent it out in emails on list before the show tonight, so you might have it. Wait till about 10:30. If you want to call in, Steve will interrupt me and let me know you're on the line after the break. and I'll take call-in questions. What I wanted to talk about tonight is, well, everybody knows Sherry and aliens. That's my agenda. I mean, that's not really my agenda. It's my calling. And, 3 years ago when I got into the New World Order, I started learning about factions, different factions 1 and 2, and that's where I met a lot of the people that I've had for guests on the last several weeks, talking about the New World Order. That was the whole idea, is to break you into what the New World Order is, so you can hear about it from different people. Because you can't even get into end times prophecies. You're going to run right into the New World Order. They're the one world government. They're the one world government the Bible talks about. It's a New World Order. It's Satan's New World Order. It's not God's. And so, being dominant in these last days, if you got to understand what the New World Order is, how it's snuck in, who the players are, how it's going to work in the future. And the thing the Lord did about 3 years ago was pulled me aside away from the start of the New World Order, the part I was getting into, and started showing me the alien agenda. And that's where I've been since. And most people will know, where do you get your information? And, it's a mixture. I get my information from God. I get my information from the Bible, from the book of Enoch, the military, the government, abductees, people who have had little experiences being abducted by these aliens, the things they've said. You'll even listen to the New Age and the pagans, they'll channelers.